Yeah, man, it was a pleasure. I really enjoyed it, and I'm so thankful, man, to be able to run back into you. And I want to say, bro, I could tell you've really matured and you've grown up, man. And that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. I know as children, childhood is awesome, but it's also something about manhood. It's also something about adulthood and taking care of responsibility and being a lion. So I can definitely see, bro, you definitely grew up, man, and that's awesome. And I can't wait for more interaction, brother.
Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Around the Loop. Well, today's quite special if you guys are in for a treat. You really are. So, today is actually the first chapter to the segment into the project of Project Reach. Very, very blessed and fortunate today to actually meet up with an old friend of mine, an old childhood friend that I grew up with, and such an inspirational man today. I'm very, very blessed to have him on the show. His name is Patrick Freeman, and well, let's welcome him to the show. Everybody give him a round of applause. Thank you for being on the show. Truly appreciate it. So, Patrick, the floor is yours.
Man,
Introduce yourself.
hello everybody. Hello. I just want to say that it is amazing being on this podcast with you, man. We are childhood buddies, man, childhood friends,
Yes,
and so
sir.
it's quite unique, knowing that through the years we're here we are meeting up and having conversations about our memories. So it's pretty cool.
It really is. It really is. And honestly, like, I'm very fortunate and very happy that you're here to be partaking in this project with me. Only because it's like it's paying a homage to what we grew up in life. It's giving back to those that were part of our lives, that were, such an inspiration to us. And so, I wanted to ask you, tell us who you are. Like, tell us what you do for a living. Let's start there. Let's tell the world.
Let's tell the world. That question is always interesting. Tell me about yourself. But I guess I'll start off by saying, uh, what I do for a living. I currently, right now, I work at CarMax,
Awesome.
and so I have the opportunity of selling cars for a living.
Hmm.
And this is something I actually just got into. So far, I'll say been a month now.
Hmm.
I was doing some other things. I was working at a company named Security Brands. I was working with lights and everything. It was
Oh,
like
nice.
it was a faculty job, like a warehouse type job.
Okay, like electrical engineer type of.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I had to
Okay.
wire,
Oh, that's cool.
uh, assemble fixtures and then wire them, make sure they're tested and they come on and package them.
Hmm.
And I did that for 2 years. And I will have to say, it paid the bills,
Okay,
but it's not something that I was passionate about.
I see. It was just something to get time by at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It was like, and after a while, I was like, man, I can't wait till I level up. I
Yes,
can't
sir.
wait till I do something I really love doing it. And actually, getting into CarMax, I didn't know that I wanted to be a part of selling cars.
Hmm.
But I always knew that I wanted to do something where I could use my voice. I
Hmm.
can communicate with people, can talk to people because that's something I really love and enjoy doing. And my friend who I knew in high school, they called me up one day. They're like, hey, you should apply for CarMax. And I knew once they called me, because I was already looking for a new job, I was
Hmm.
like, this is it. So I jumped on it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Honestly, it really is. And do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy being a salesman? Because some people do and some people don't. Some people have a natural talent, and some people don't. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
not
man,
for everybody.
I love it, man.
That's good.
Like I said, in my last job, the thing was, I didn't deal with no customers. I only dealt with the same people every day, the same coworkers. And it was like a family.
Yes.
But I knew I love talking to people. I want to meet different people, and I was always about that.
Mhm.
Even when I was a kid,
Yeah.
like I just I
No,
just
you
love
were always
talking.
destined for greatness. You truly were. You knew deep down inside, and even the Lord knew deep down inside that we were destined for greatness. We were destined for better than what we could do at the moment. That there was bigger and better plans for us.
Yes, man, and I love that. Like when I got hired on or doing my interview,
Hmm.
I remember I was driving and I was excited for this interview. This was my last interview
Hmm.
in order to get hired. So
Okay.
I'm now talking to the locational manager.
Oh, nice.
And she's a sweet lady. Her name is Jenny. But I remember I was praying like God help me with this interview, and I remember God telling me to say these very words, that working for CarMax will be a breakthrough in my career growth. And now that I'm here, I realize now I'm a sell. I sell,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nothing like what people think. Where like I'm not some shady
No, you're a
car
genuine
dealer.
person.
I'm not no wolf on Wall Street. Hey,
Mhm.
sell me this pen.
Because it feels like that sometimes. It really does. It feels like you go to a dealership. I was just one recently where it's like I got a tag, and I asked the gentleman, I said, "Sir, can you please give me and my lady some time? We just want to look around." And he
Right.
followed us like dogs. So
Bro,
that's awesome, though.
Hey, I'm glad it's not that. Like, if anybody who shopped at CarMax,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm telling you, the culture is so much different.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we're trying to tell people, like, listen,
Mm-hmm.
my role is to guide you in your car buying journey.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, and simply that's what it is. The car sells itself.
True.
Oh,
No, that's true.
what type of features are important to you?
Mhm.
Oh, you like navigation. You want a Bluetooth. You want a backup camera.
Mhm.
Amazing. Okay, well, there's some options right here. What's your budget?
Okay.
We ask the question because the culture is the customer is in control, and we're supposed to be honest and transparent as possible. And just the ability to be transparent and
Mhm.
talk to them, I love it. I'm telling you, I love it. It's such a passion of mine.
That's amazing, honestly, and as a buyer, honestly, yeah, that's what I gravitate towards, a salesman that is genuine, someone that you can that's passionate about it, that is gives you room to breathe, where you're not like
Yes.
being cornered down and like obligated to do certain X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
So that stuff like that is much appreciated, and I know all the viewers, all the listeners on here would love to go to CarMax and check you out, even visit you, and go through that experience, because there is a lot of folks out there that are looking for vehicles nowadays.
Oh man,
it's a good market. It really is.
Hey
really
man,
is.
the CarMax in Oceanside. If you guys looking for a new vehicle, all right, and also CarMax, we've appraised over 12 million cars.
Oh wow.
So even if you're looking to sell your vehicle
Mhm.
and see its worth, and just to get an offer, like definitely go to CarMax. We'll definitely help you out with that.
That's amazing. And I'll definitely let the audience is gonna know for sure. So they're the ones that are local around. They're if you guys are looking for a spot, man, just go check it out. Go to Oceanside, check out CarMax, and look. Ask for Patrick Freeman. He's gonna be the man you want to talk to.
Nice.
The man that will be able to help you out. And so another, as we continue with the show, the questions are gonna be all over the place, or more kind of try to be in line. But let's
Okay.
go with what does Project Reach? What does Project Reach means to you? What does it mean to you?
Okay. When you say Project Reach, we're talking about Junior Reach.
Yes,
Okay.
the whole
And-
Junior Reach.
And to the audience out there, the reason why I always go back to Junior Reach is
Mhm.
because that was the original name. And for some reason, I know it did change. It went to Junior Reach to Project Reach.
I think it was to Reach. I think it was just Reach.
It was just Reach?
Mhm.
Okay. I know there was like a few tweaks.
Yes.
But I always remember Junior Reach. And I have to say, like, that program was just everything. It was my childhood. Even before we started the interview, I was having a talk with you. I said it reminded me of the Goonies, the movie.
Yes, sir.
It was just it did so much. It kept us out of trouble because the neighborhood we live in, it had it was afflicted with some gangs.
Mm-hmm.
Trouble here and there. So it definitely kept us out of trouble. And the most beautiful thing I think is it kept us focused on our schoolwork, because like there was homework time
Mhm.
before we can have fun. Like make sure we do our homework. It was just such. And we went on field trips.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest things too. It's a blessing. It's a
I
blessing.
mean, I'll have to say, if it wasn't for Project Reach, if
Mhm.
it wasn't for Junior Reach, a lot of the places I've been, I would have never went. Raging
True.
Waters, Soak City,
Yep.
Legoland,
Yep.
all of these San
We went
Diego
to the
favorites.
zoo, too,
The
yeah.
zoo, I would have never had the opportunity of going. And
true.
it's funny, to this day, when I go to these adventurous places or
Mhm.
theme parks, and people ask me, "Have you been there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been there." And I think about Junior Reach.
Mhm.
I have no other memory of going there but when I was with Junior Reach. That's how special it was, that because of Junior Reach, I was able to go to these awesome places. And I could say, yeah, I went there. It opened the door for,
Yeah.
and I know my family, we weren't always financially stable, and I ain't gonna lie, during that time, my family, we were on welfare. We were waiting for a governmental check
Yeah.
to hit us every month. My mom didn't have a job. That we had just moved from Missouri, came to
Mhm.
Cali, so there was a struggle. But Junior Reach took care of us as kids.
It
It
did.
just did so much for
It
us.
did,
man.
and honestly, I'm very thankful for that too, because, like you said about the homework, I mean, a lot of our parents growing up too, they didn't have that guidance from their parents as well. So a lot of them just got a high school degree and that was it, or some of them didn't finish. They didn't have the opportunity to finish because they had to be a parent early.
Yes.
So, you know, they only have that education. But just because they have that certain education, high school education, doesn't mean that, you know, they don't have knowledge for everything else around the world. They do. They truly do. But it is great because, you know, we were able to come to the staff here and ask for help. They were able to at least find us an answer one way or another versus, you know, we ask our parents and they're trying to struggle already to keep us throughout the day, keep us going throughout the day, let alone we give them homework and math questions. They don't got time for math. They don't. They got bills. Is 2 plus 2 going to pay the bills? Not today.
2 plus 2 going to pay the bills?
Not today.
Not today.
So, yeah, no, Junior Reach definitely has been such a life-changing inspiration for not just me, but for you and for everybody.
There's so many of us, man.
Mm-hmm. It really has been.
Just a shout out to a lot, and I forgive me, I don't remember names like that. I definitely remember faces, but you know, all you guys that I got to enjoy Project Reach with, I just want to say, if you're hearing this, man, like, you know, love you guys, man, all of you, from both the females to the males, like, we're a family, man, and whatever you guys are doing in life, like, just shout out. You know, it was just an awesome experience.
True. No, it really is. And like, I wish everybody the best. I wish everybody the best. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be hearing this and possibly just curious, like, what's going on, or, you know, where this Instagram that's randomly just following you. Well, it's me, guys. It's me. I took over the social media account. So if you guys see Around the Loop Podcast Instagram following your media account, it's me. I'm just trying to reach out to see how you guys are doing. But no, honestly, it's like just sitting here and you know, like you and I were just speaking earlier about reminiscing about the childhood days. Like, we just said how much of an impact it has made on our lives. Like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the impact that it has made on our lives. Like you said, it kept us out of gangs, out of trouble, because out here, yeah, it is very easy to get in trouble. Boredom leads to trouble, and that's what it is.
Yes.
And it's not because, you know, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons. At the end of the day, you know, you join a group to be part of something. So whether it's a gang, a cult, the military, you join it to be part of that brotherhood, that sisterhood.
Yes.
So to feel like you're part of something, that's the whole point. That's so true. You know, whether they are out here and they join a gang, it's because they're together, and that at least that brings them together.
Yes.
And like for us, it was the Junior Reach program that brought us together. It really was. And you know, it's nice to take a trip down memory lane and talk about like the field trips that we did, the adventures that we did. Like, let's talk about some of them. Let's talk about
so many.
Let's start with something that you remember off the top of your head that really stuck to you the most.
Well, you know, it's funny because even the simple field trips, like going to the pool, the Brook Street pool up there. By the way, do they still got the Brook Street pool? I don't know if you know.
I think they still do. So I was just doing, it was the paging system. I was changing it out for the postal office across the street.
Okay.
At the USPS there. So they still have the pool there. It's still there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Like, I haven't seen it though.
I think we'll go there. What, every Monday? It was a certain day.
It was every week for sure. When I think
especially in the summer.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it was Wednesdays or Mondays or something like that.
Tuesdays.
We went to the pool and then we went to the beach during the summer camp.
Yes. We'll either go to the pool or the beach. So
yeah,
there was simple, affordable field trips, right?
Oh yeah.
And I love swimming to this day because of Project Reach. Mm-hmm. You know, I am such a pool guy. Like, even when I go to a hotel, I do not want to go to a hotel if there's no pool. Like, if it's just something, they got to have a pool and they got to have a jacuzzi, you know, and it's because we did so much swimming. We had so many beach days, you know, and we went to like water parks that were just amazing, you know.
And it's funny that you said like the whole Not So City earlier, because I actually had the blessing and opportunity, you know. Life is a loop. It really is. It comes in a 360. And with one of the companies I was working with, one of the security companies, Access Control Security, I had the blessing to work at the Not So City water park down in National City. But it's no longer Not So City. It is actually 123 Sesame Street. It belongs to Sesame Street. Yes.
Are you kidding me?
It's a little kids water park, Sesame Street theme, owned by SeaWorld. So SeaWorld took over because they still, I think, owned Not So City partially or something like that. But they took over, and I had the blessing to do all the. So what I did was like the gates. So when you go into an attraction and the attendee, the roller coaster attendee, press the button to let you in through the gate, and the gate releases. It's a magnet. So I installed those magnets on the gates and
Wow.
the wire to the button, so he can hit the trigger, let you in, and that's it. So you don't have random people in and out of the roller coaster while it's operating. So I had the blessing to do all the rides there. It was really cool.
That's amazing, man.
And
Wow.
yeah, so it's I was just there, and I remember just sitting there like the giant bowl, the giant water ball where it spun around, where we where we did that, or the giant slides that we did too. Like just sitting back and thinking and looking at it, it was just a big awe, because I was like, yeah, Junior Reach, I remember that.
Junior Reach, man. And I think talking about that, or what I begin to think about is you felt very safe at Junior Reach.
Yeah, that's true.
When we went on field trips, we all of us together, they had their count. It was such a safe environment. And like right after school, it was either Junior Reach, or we tell the people it was the after school program. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
We were inside of a program, and we had so much fun. There was so many of us, and we were kids. I think 2007 is when I first got a part of it, me and my sisters. And in 2007, I was about 10, 11 years old.
Okay.
So very, very young. And I would have to say, because because the program was meant to, keep you away from outside influences, negative influences. Therefore, you found an identity.
True.
Through Project Reach. You found you were able to preserve that innocence and stay focused on school, on the things that mattered. And I can say to this day, one of I think the greatest impacts that Junior Reach has had on me is just my personality. And the way to explain that is kind of hard, but the best way I can, I guess, express it is to say, because it kept me out of trouble, it was able to keep my innocence. You know what I'm saying? And even to this day, when I meet people and I talk to people, one of the things they say off the bat is, this guy, he's just, it's something about him. His energy he's just positive.
Yeah.
And I Junior Reach, definitely, first, I'll have to say God first.
Yes, we thank the Lord for that.
Thank you, Lord, for that. Give glory and all honor to God, to Jesus, because,
Amen.
Because of him, he's where my identity is. But he used Junior Reach. He used those things, those tools, to be a blessing in my life.
So true. And honestly, yeah, it was, oh man, so amazing how much it changed our lives. And honestly, big thanks to the Joe Ballaramo Park, the building itself in general, because they not only hosted us in the back, we had the little kids that were a part of the elementary school. They had a separate own program. We had another separate program too for the teenagers. They had the teen program too, which I actually, at one point, when we grew out too old to be in Junior Reach, we went to the teen program. Some of us did go there. And that was a whole different culture shock. Honestly, it was different, because it was more of a, this is kind of what life is really is. It wasn't more, you didn't feel that super safe. You did feel safe, like no offense to anybody there, but you did feel safe, you did feel secure, but it was, it matured you a lot faster.
Yeah.
It matured, that's what it is. It matured you a lot faster to that. But I am very thankful for all the memories I had with all the folks there that were part of that program too, and all the staff that were a part of it too. It was great. Like I said, it kept us out of trouble. And it kept us safe. It really did.
100, man.
So like you mentioned, we spoke over the phone, and I was blessed to catch up with you over the phone. And something I didn't notice is you did disappear at the end of senior year in high school, and I didn't know what happened. I honestly thought that you graduated with. I thought that you walked with us, because I remember saying hi to Isaiah, rest in peace. But
rest in peace, Isaiah Leon.
He was, because I remember he was so stoked about it, because it was him. There was Jose Fuentes, his other friend. There was Dante Martin, all his buddies. I remember because we were there, and I thought you were there. I don't know why, but maybe it's just false memory. But what happened?
My brother, I would love. It's funny. To this day, people ask me, where did you graduate? I love to say Oceanside High, just off the bat. Yeah. Because I went there. I did do the 4 years.
Yes. No, of course. You literally.
I just moved a month before graduation.
Now, once literally. A pirate, always a pirate. That's the fact.
That's right. Once a pirate, always a pirate.
That's true.
I moved a month or a few weeks away for graduation, and I ended up moving to LA. Now, the reason for that move was We got evicted. So
Oh, okay.
imagine being. I believe we lived in that house on Holly Street, Oceanside, near Project Reach. We lived there
By the elementary school, by the Laurel
by Laurel
Elementary. I remember the White
Elementary.
House. I remember the.
You remember the White
I
House?
remember the house. I remember the house because we would come by. I don't know if you remember. Remember the church programs that would happen on like Sundays, the Super Sabado or no,
Super
it
Sabado.
was Saturdays. It was Super Sabado.
Super Sabado, yeah, Super Saturdays.
I remember the host, the main host. His name was Charlie.
Charlie.
Great man, bless his heart. I don't know what he's doing honestly to this day. I can only
Actually, he's married.
really
I ended up going to the church that his home church.
really
And I went there for many years. His home church,
wow.
his house. Yeah. And yeah, he's married now, and he's everything's pretty good for him.
That's
And
awesome.
amazing.
I'm so glad to hear that because, yeah, no, and I thank him too. Honestly, I thank him. Like I said, there was a lot of things that this park actually did offer. A lot of good. There was a lot of good in this park, and like the Super Sábados every Saturday, getting together and learning about the word of the Lord and everything, and making church fun. It was honestly
Yeah.
what it made. It was very fun. It was very fun, and going from Catholic to Christian, and knowing that moment when they made it fun, and it was like, okay, I enjoy this. I didn't, not to bang on our disrespect any religion, but I mean, it's for us that we were born Catholic, and Catholicism for me, it just wasn't it. It was just, I didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And, I thank the Lord for Christianity, because after, those doors were open, it's smooth sailing. It isn't like, oh, you have to do this, and this and that. Like, no, it's great. It's great.
Amen to
It
that.
really is. So I know I am thankful for those memories and stuff like that, and no, it's good to be catching up with you. Honestly, it really is, and like I said, it's super blessed still to this day, to this moment right now that we're here, one-on-one having this conversation. Actually, at the Joe Ballerman Park, where right behind us is
We are right here.
where we play dodgeball. A lot of dodgeball tournaments. Oh man, the county dodgeball tournaments.
And I was a king of dodgeball. Remember that, right?
We know. You were the top dog on that. All the memories with dodgeball. Yeah, we had even Marcos's cousin. He brought his cousin one time. I think I'm trying to remember the nickname. I think they called him like the Brown Bomber or something like that. He made a big deal about having his cousin come out. And he brought his cousin one time. And like, yeah, I mean, think about it. They're like 16, 17-year-old dudes now, like bombing on little kids. Like, of course they were pretty good.
Man, yeah, I was watching one of the Project Reach videos when we were kids, and one of the staff members said that he mentioned how his favorite day was when we had a dodgeball tournament with the Boys and Girls Club, but we lost. So we lost that because I remember that was a big day when all that whole group of boys and girls, a whole separate program, and they came on a bus just for a dodgeball tournament. It was Junior Reach versus the Boys and Girls Club.
That was really cool.
Did we actually lose that?
I think I don't know if it was the dodgeball, but I know we lost soccer because we played against the Boys and Girls Club for sure in soccer, because we even went to their program.
Yes, I remember.
So I think we might have played dodgeball first and then soccer afterwards, but that they'd come out. We went out there and no, we got stomped on. They were really good. I mean, they're a lot older too. I don't blame them. Or when we used to have the other programs too from the other parties, I think there was like John Landis and there was Libby Lake.
Wow.
Those are the ones I do remember because those are the other two programs that would come out occasionally and visit us too.
But I do remember we had our beast mode.
Oh, we were
killing them.
Oh yeah, we were always whooping every other program that came by. No offense to them, but we were top, and that was true. We were top notch. It was great times, honestly, and to relive that moment again, I do it in a heartbeat. I mean, who wouldn't? Yeah. But that's what we only wish, for our future generation, our kids, to be able to experience that journey. And hopefully, guide them to a direction or even be part of that reason that, they get inspired to give back to the community. Because ever since then, I mean, I've always loved giving back one way or another. I always find a way.
Yeah, man. And just to say, like, when we did get evicted and we did move, I ended up moving to LA, to Compton. My mom, we stayed with a friend until we were able to get our own place. So I ended up graduating from Compton High School.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the whole... straight out of Compton, I can actually say it. Straight out of Compton.
That's awesome.
And it was a decent school. I was only there a short time, so I can't really say anything about it. But the fact that I'm just glad I graduated. It was funny because the only thing that would have kept me from graduating, I don't know if you remember this, remember the Casey test? What's it called? You had to pass that in order to graduate. But as soon as our team graduated, they got rid of it.
They stopped doing it.
Yeah,
I remember that.
You had to pass this test that had nothing to do with your grades.
I was not good with those tests, man. No.
But I ended up passing it and graduating, so thank God for that.
Thank the Lord for that. That's great. Oh man, that's honestly great. Yeah, because like we talked about like the memories we had with Junior Reach, and yeah, like like I said earlier, reaching out to old friends and trying to get them to participate on the show. Yeah. That's the goal is for us to get more folks on, and even maybe the next episode it's either me and that individual, or if you have time too, we'd love to have you on, and so we can continue to do these interviews with people. Even if we do it together, I don't mind. That would be awesome. If you want to partake in this journey, that would be great. The more the merrier, and that would be its own segment besides my own podcast episodes or even the interviews I do separate. So this is one whole segment itself. So this is one little project itself within a couple other ones. Like there's another one that I do plan to do one day, which is like the ROTC one for high school, the JRTC program, and all the kids that was in it with it. I know Isaiah was part of it too, because I remember he had his uniform.
Part of it.
Yeah, for a little bit. He got tired of First Sergeant. No offense. He much love to First Sergeant, but First Sergeant just. I think he got him a little nervous.
Isaiah. At the end of the day, that brother was a warrior. Man.
He was. He truly was. He always gave it his 110. That's for sure. He really did. And so no, it's nice to see like all that and wanting to get back to the community and where it brought us today. Honestly, so like now talking about Junior Reach, let's kind of focus on you a little bit. Let's talk about you a little bit too, so the world knows who Patrick Freeman is. So let's let the world know like what's your like describe your typical morning routines. Like what is that on a daily basis?
So since working at CarMax, I had the opportunity of working. I don't have to get up so early like my last job. I don't have to wake up at 5 in the morning, so I can actually enjoy my mornings. Honestly, to be so transparent with you. Mm-hmm. I like praying in the morning.
That's good.
I love praising God in the morning. There's times that I just put on praise music, and if you heard that scripture that says He turned my morning into dancing, mm-hmm. Literally I'm dancing, setting the tone for my day.
That's good.
I love reading. Okay. And I love Starbucks coffee. I'm that type of guy who would.
What's your favorite drink? And we're talking about Starbucks. What's your favorite drink right now? What are you enjoying right now?
Brother, it's so typical because you can get it anywhere. But give me a caramel frappe,
okay,
a chocolate chip cookie, or a cheese Danish.
Okay,
and I'm good.
I dig that. that.
I'm the type of fellow you will mm-hmm. find at Starbucks, mm-hmm. drinking his coffee, eating his cookie, reading a book, or
that's
studying.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
being able to enjoy that. That's good. That's good that you're able to actually sit there and be able to enjoy that, because not a lot of people can. A lot of people are just in and out. For me, like right now, the spooky season's coming on, so Halloween's coming around, fall. We're already in fall, technically. So we have like the pumpkin spice. I'm a big like iced coffee pumpkin spice guy. So
I've had some of those. Those are actually hit.
They hit. I like the really muffins. Good. They got the pumpkin cream cheese muffins. Those are
make me hungry, brother. I think I'm gonna get some Starbucks after.
We might have to. Honestly, we might have to actually shoot over there after that. Sounds like a great plan, to be honest. But okay, so that's good that you got your little morning routine like that. That's a blessing, and I'm glad that we're able to share that with the world. And also, so like, what are your personal interests or passions like?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. My passion has always been the same. So, mm-hmm. like I told you, like I like talking to people. I love communication. If you remember, when I was growing up, I always wanted to be an actor.
Yes.
That was. Remember, I did plays at Project Reach.
I loved it. It was great, man, and you put on such a show, and it was great to see you as you like I said, you were always destined to be in front of a camera. You were always destined to act, which is great, and it made you who you are today, which is nice.
Oh man, the Michael Jackson dance.
There's nobody else in my life that I knew that can hit the moonwalk better than you can. Sir, nobody can hit that moonwalk better than you. Even when you came dressed up as Michael one time, I remember that talent show.
Did I dress up as Michael?
Yes, we did the talent show because
wow,
you did the Michael Jackson, you did the full on dance, and that was pretty awesome. Wow. I think it was Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
I think I remember it was Billie Jean.
We're talking about here or at the Jefferson?
No, I think it was here. I remember the Jefferson too because you did that one too. Yes, wow. I remember that one.
I forgot about that.
And yeah, no, I remember that. That was great because I didn't do any of those talent shows until I think I was in high school. I think it was after the whole team program. It was when the whole Mrs. Enya and like Joey and all them were part of it. So it was my brother's generation. They did a talent show one time.
Okay.
And I entered it with Martin. And so at the time we did light shows and stuff, which was little lights on the finger gloves, and we would move our hands around and it would do like a whole pattern. And it was just very mesmerizing. It really is. It's like dancing with your hands. It's what it is.
I see.
It's a form of dance. It is. It's just not a whole pop and lock type of deal, but it is unique. So I remember that we lost to a magician, somebody that did some weird magic.
Oh.
The dude came out of nowhere, won first place, we won second, but it was cool. But no, I remember the talent shows. That was what really pushed us out of our comfort zone. And a lot of us, yeah, it was like it was nerve wracking at first, but I mean, it's like you're there with your people. So at the end of the day, it's all natural.
It was natural, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't believe it. I did do the Michael Jackson.
I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, and we, so just being passionate about creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So like acting. And I noticed as I was growing up, I always had this mindset where like as I was growing up, maturing, I was like, I can't just do acting. I feel like it's not enough. It's not solid enough for a career. What would be more solid? But I knew I wanted to stay around that field, so I went from wanting to just be an actor to I decided, you know what, I want to be a filmmaker. I don't want to just be in front of the camera. I want to be behind the camera. I want to write. I want to produce. I want to direct. I want to make film. I want to be a cinematographer.
Yeah.
So I end up going to film school. My plan was to go to the Los Angeles Film School.
Okay.
Which everybody knows about.
It's a whole thing. It's famous.
It's a famous school.
It is.
But I was looking at the prices during that time. It was like, yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Ooh, very expensive.
So I found something more convenient. I ended up
Nice.
going to LACC, which is Los Angeles City College.
Nice.
And they had a great film academy.
Okay.
And I was in film school. I was learning how to, do that whole shebang. And I loved it. And from there, I end up joining a ministry, which, if you wanted to talk about that, we could talk about that.
We could do that on another episode if you like. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting episode.
Yes, but just to say, I did go when I was an editor there, and they did have a broadcasting network.
Nice.
Where I was editing for, So around that, I was able to do that, that was fun. That was very fun. So, but still to this day, I love acting. I love movies. I'm the type of person who I can go to the movies alone. I don't need anyone with me.
Okay.
If I'm not on a date with a girlfriend or something like that, I'll just be alone watching the movie because I love movies.
Okay.
I love good film. And sadly, I haven't been really seeing any good films these days.
It's kind of been hard.
It's been hard. Like bring back the film noir, bring back the classic, great movies.
I agree.
I'm a Godfather fan.
Yes.
Part 1 and 2. I'm a Indiana Jones fan. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm all those good stuff. So those are my passion: movies and acting and stuff like that. Even for my birthday, actually, January 28th, this past year, I went to the museum in LA, which is
awesome.
Museum for Film.
Yes,
I forget the actual name, but it was all about movies and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I've actually drove by it before, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Nice.
I do a lot of work down there in downtown LA and in LA too, so I've seen it before. It's pretty cool.
It is cool, man. That was a cool day. Good birthday.
No, that's awesome that you have that experience behind you under your belt too. To I would have never imagined you doing that. And that's a lot of people wonder like what to do in life. Those are inspirations. You can be an editor. You can do this. You can do that. So by doing all this, I mean, this is what kind of led you into what you're doing now. This is kind of what pushed you into being a salesman in a way,
Yes,
in a way.
Because I all have to say, my strength. We all have our weaknesses and we all have our strengths.
Yes.
My strength, I've noticed growing up, is in my voice. It is in my communication. It is in me talking. And that's why I wanted to be an actor, because I could express. I can say lines. I could be another character and express myself verbally in a way. You know what I'm saying? And acting goes way beyond verbal. There's also your nonverbal cues, your facial expressions and,
True.
How you do that, which is understandable. But I also knew and that's why there was a time I wanted to be a lawyer. And that's a whole nother thing, but more than anything, film. But I know that talking is something I enjoy doing, and I also enjoy listening to very much so, because that's a big part of the depth of conversation is not just being able to talk, but also being able to listen.
True.
It's part of the flow. So yeah, it led because things once they didn't work out. I'll have to say, you also seen on my Instagram. Acting is still a hobby of mine.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Which
saying?
is one of your passions, which is great.
Yeah. So I still like if you guys check out my Instagram, which is PV for Victor Freeman 11. On there, you notice I do movie reviews.
I'll definitely make sure I'll put your Instagram on the description there so the audience in the world can actually check you out too. Because I mean, I know they'll be like, well, what did they say? What did they say? Hold up, no worries. We'll put the link on there. So I'll make sure I put your link on there so the world can check you out. And so I had a question. Is there any common myths about your job? Is there like question like can you so are like prices on certain vehicles, are they set prices, or is there room for like talking the price down, or is it that's what it is? And
Okay, so that's a great.
Because a lot of people ask and they're curious.
That's a great question. Actually, CarMax, we have no haggle at all.
Okay.
I have read online people have been able to talk prices down, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, you can't really do that. You can't do it. I'm gonna have just stand on business. No.
Yeah.
And CarMax has been doing business like that for years.
And there's a reason why they're doing such a great job and why they continue to do that practice. Okay.
In fact, CarMax is the leading industry in used car industry.
Nice.
So very, very much booming in that sense. But yeah, no haggle. So the price you see is the sticker price.
Okay.
You can't negotiate that down, but there's a lot of other great benefits and perks around it.
What's like what?
For example, so just alone the fact that you can't haggle a price. I mean, already that's a benefit in itself because it's no stress.
True.
Because sometimes, if you've seen it, and CarMax actually has some great commercials about that. But like if you're trying to debate about a price, you're going head on. It can cause stress. It can cause time. You know what I'm saying? But if you know what you off the bat, like, oh, okay, good. Already, it's just like get in, get out, in and out.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? You know what money you're going to be paying for. Bam. You know what I'm saying? And then there's so many variety of cars in the inventory.
That's great.
So that's also great. Another perks I would have to say is yes, your car appraised.
Nice.
So if you're looking to sell your vehicle, CarMax will appraise your car. They go on market trends. They look at a lot of components about your car, especially how it's doing in the market trends.
True.
And will give you and will pay you that day. You have a 7-day offer.
Oh, wow.
So in case you're thinking about like, oh, this price is nice. Well, I don't want to cash it in today.
Okay.
You have 7 days.
Nice.
Before that offer changes or the amount changes. So that's a great asset. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. So another question is, okay, so for example, what if somebody says, hey, I saw CarMax and Escondido, and I saw a truck there. Is there a way that you guys can get it, or is it what you have on your lot is what you have on your lot, or is there any magic you can work where you can have a vehicle transported to your guys' place?
So it happens all the time.
Really?
You can even get, and one of the benefits is if there's a car that is not within that specific location at CarMax, but it's somewhere else in California, free shipping.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't know that because I personally myself, I was looking at some vehicles. I'm in the market for right now a Z71 RST.
I got you, brother.
We'll
talk business after this.
We definitely will because I am looking for one. And unfortunately, I didn't see any around here. They're more like up in Temecula and stuff like that. So I was curious, like, what if I did find one up north that I truly loved and I wanted that? Can we get that worked out with you guys?
Yes.
That's
CarMax
awesome.
will get your car transferred from wherever location. Oh, wow. And yes, if it's outside of California, there is a shipping fee, I noticed.
True, okay.
But if it's in California, it's a free shipping.
Wow.
And also too, another great thing is the extended service plan that CarMax offers called Max Care, which covers the major system and components of your car, like your engine, your drivetrain, your
nice
transmission, cooling system, steering. Also emergency roadside assistance nationwide.
Oh, see, that's a big deal right there.
Yeah. It's amazing. So no matter where you are in Canada or in the US, you can be sure that CarMax will have your back if you were to choose to get that extended
Oh wow!
service
Even
plan.
in Canada, that's great because we do have fans in Canada. So thanks to the fans in Canada that are listening. I appreciate your guys' love and support. But that's awesome that you guys cover Canada too. That's awesome. That's
It's
very
awesome,
awesome,
man.
Now I'm glad to hear that. So like let's talk about like what did you? Well, you already spoke what you wanted to be as a child, and we did talk about your upbringing. But let's talk about some of your childhood memories. Childhood friends specifically. Any that stuck out to you the most. Like let's speak on them. Let's
Yeah, man.
remember them, reminisce.
I'll have to say the two friends that's growing up that sticks out to me the most is Isaiah, who we spoke about, Isaiah
Yes.
Leon, and then my best friend Lavelle Goodwin,
Okay.
which he never part of was a junior. He never part of was Project Reach. He was kind of older.
Okay.
When I was in middle school, like around 7th grade, he
Mhm.
was already a freshman. So
Oh, nice. Okay.
but for Isaiah
Mhm.
Leon, he was my buddy, man. We were friends since from 5th grade all the way up to 12th grade. And even when graduation and I moved out, we would still call, check in on each other. But he was amazing. We would walk to school every day,
I remember that because I would occasionally catch you guys. I remember even in middle school too.
Yes.
I remember sometimes that I think it was his mother would occasionally walk with you
His
guys
mom
too.
would occasionally,
Because
yeah.
I think I walked with you guys one time too because his mama was there too, and I remember.
And it's
Yeah.
funny you stuck about that. To be transparent with you, I remember during that time, there's times his mom used to walk with us when we got in middle school, and I actually used to get mad at that as a kid. I was like,
Yeah.
man, we're grown
yeah,
now.
we're growing up.
We will need our moms. to
We
walk with
big
us.
boys. Yeah.
But no, I love her. I love her. She
Mhm.
was so good. When I used to go to his house and play the PlayStation game system he had, she was so sweet. She took care of me as if I was her own. So
That's
I love her.
amazing.
Unfortunately, he did pass, due to cancer. In a couple years back, I believe 2020 or 2019. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it.
Mhm.
But I remember his dad texting me and letting me know what had happened. And I was already kind of praying for him when he was on chemo and everything. He did pass, but his memory, his legacy, never leaves me.
It'll forever live with us. It'll
yeah.
forever live with the part of the program too. He was a member too.
Yes.
Even though he wasn't full time, but he was a member
He
too.
did
and
come and have some great
yes,
fun
he did.
with us.
Here and there, I do remember. And like I said, his we will always remember him, and he'll live with us forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
And my other friend that I mentioned, Lavelle Goodwin, we're still friends to this day. In fact, he's my roommate.
Okay, that's awesome. Actually, that's pretty cool.
For the first time, something we had been planning on since we were kids is to go to New York for a vacation.
Okay.
We've always been fascinated with New York, and we went to New York in April. We saw a great boxing match between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so amazing.
You went to New York.
New York, man. We stayed at
The Big Apple. You were at the Big Apple.
We at the Big Apple.
Oh wow. Okay, I
were
can only imagine that
in
was.
Manhattan, Times Square.
Mhm.
Our hotel was in the heart of Times Square.
Oh, wow.
So as soon as we walked out, we're in Times Square.
Oh, I can only imagine how that is.
Yes, man. It was
Wow.
such a vibe. It was such a vibe.
Ooh, one of the closest times I guess you could say to New York was being in Jersey. I can see New York over the bridge.
In
I
fact,
remember-
actually, when we got to New York
Uh-huh.
on plane, we flew into New Jersey and then had to transfer to New York.
Yeah, because you got to
by
go
train.
through I think it's the JFK Airport in New Jersey or something.
Yes, that's exactly the airport
Yes.
that we went on.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I had a few friends that lived out there, and their family invited us out there. So it was awesome. It was a great experience and everything like that. So as we speak about that, like what was something that what was one ultimate thing you want to accomplish in life?
As of now,
Mm-hmm.
man, I told myself going into this CarMax job is that I'm looking to be not just successful,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm looking to be valuable. I want to be a valuable asset to the company.
I like that.
I don't want it to be a 9 to 5. Oh, get my bread, come in, show, and then leave. No, I actually want to learn the business. You know what I'm saying? Because I am looking to level up and be promoted. In a
Yes.
few years.
There we go.
But when I told you earlier that it is a breakthrough in my career growth, because now that I have my sales license, now that I
Congratulations on that. I didn't even know you had to do all that too.
You had to-
That's
it's-
interesting.
and they provided that through the
awesome.
training, but it's basically almost like an infinity stone
Mhm.
that has unlocked doors for the future. I
That's
can get
awesome.
into insurance sales. I
Okay.
can get into different things,
Mhm.
and if I want to. So it's like I got it scoped out.
Nice.
You know, I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
okay, I'm here now. And if I wanted to jump here, I can because of this job, because of this key. I can open up that door. So
That's amazing.
I'm looking to just grow
Mhm.
in sales and
Okay.
become successful in that.
Nice.
You know, I'm the little man now because I just started off.
We all start somewhere, man. We all got to start somewhere.
Yes,
we
but
do.
I'm
And
looking
we gotta
to
work our way up. There
to
you
progress.
go.
Progress.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the ultimate goal for the end of the day, as yourself as an individual. As I talked about the show, is you know, I've talked on a previous show which was called "Nothing is Impossible" or "Nothing is Impossible, Anything is Possible,"
That's right.
which is true, because nothing is impossible. Anything is possible if you put your heart and soul to it. Yeah, sometimes it's hard. It's hard, and the reality hits, and sometimes you got to do it 5, maybe even 10 times, unfortunately. But if you really want it that bad, you're gonna do whatever it takes to get there.
Amen.
Whatever it takes.
Amen. I like how you said that. In fact, I've heard a quote. How you said, I heard a quote that goes similar. It's not possible for it to be impossible.
I like that.
It's not possible for it to be impossible. You put your mind to it. And I think that's one thing my mom always, you know, when I was younger, she thought in me is you put your mind to and your focus, you can do it.
True.
You know, faith moves mountains. So whatever mountains in you guys' way, listen, believe God, trust God, He will move that mountain out of the way. In fact, just getting this job, Carmax, just because you understand, I wasn't in Oceanside. I moved out and I just got back because of this job. I transferred. I was in the Inland Empire. I was in near Ontario, Upland.
Oh wow!
You know,
that's a whole different life out there. It is,
and I won't say it suck or anything. I'm just saying though, it was no beach.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But I would just say that coming back and just getting this level, it's definitely level up. Being here, it took faith. It took manifestation. It took God moving mountains. It took prayer, and I'm telling you, anything can happen if you just trust God and pray.
That's good. And so, do you have any, like, since we're still talking about you and learning about you, you know, is there any music, any favorite songs, any artists that you like, or anything that you know? I mean, I know,
I love the oldies.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You could put on any music you want, and I'll love it. I love all kinds of music.
Okay.
But it's something about oldies. It's something about that music back then that was so genuine. It was very soulful.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? We talked about Michael Jackson. You know, how I used to, do the talent show. Like, I love his music till today. I love that heartful, soulful music, that was good. And I do also have, like, today's music. I do like, for example, like, my favorite rapper, I would have to say Kanye West.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of controversy.
I still love
Kanye.
Him,
but I separate his music from his controversy, and I have to say, Kanye, his inspirational side. He have lyrics that will inspire you to have faith.
Yeah.
That one of my favorite songs by him is "I Wonder." You ever wonder what it means, for your dreams to come true?
Yeah.
Just that song alone, and you listen to his lyrics, I love it. I love it. And also, he was a great. When he did Christian rap, especially during the COVID time.
Yes, he did a famous song called "Follow God."
Follow God.
Yes, and that's one of the best songs he put out there. It was really good. It definitely moves mountains for sure. That was a great song.
What was that? What that old one where Jesus?
Yep. Yeah. Yes, that was a good one.
He's such a when he is doing God's business, like rapping and doing music for God, he's excellent. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's very inspirational. That's why I like his rapping. So yeah, I love oldies. I love instrumental music. Sometimes I don't want to listen to no lyrics at all. Sometimes I just want to listen to instruments.
Nice.
So different things like that.
Okay. And what kind of instrumentals do you like listening to? Is there like a specific genre? Is it like what is?
So I've become a lover of jazz.
Okay.
I
like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I was dating a girl earlier this year, and she was like, "Have you ever been to a jazz lounge?" And I honestly, I'd never been. And we went there, and the music, just to see live jazz and the music that would play, it was so soothing. Me and her had a great conversation. I actually got really, very intimate with her through conversation. We got really close that day, and I realized, man, I like jazz. So I started playing it in my car more on my phone, and so I like jazz instruments and everything.
Yeah, it's a blessing because I actually had, talking about jazz, I actually had the blessing to go to the home of jazz, which is New Orleans.
What?
I had the blessing to
bro.
go to New Orleans actually with my lady. We went out for a training for her for the tribe,
Incredible.
and it was such a blessing to go out there. I actually had one of my buddies. Shout out to my boy Anderson from the Marine Corps. He was actually our guide there, so he was able to show us through town, through Canal Street and Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street is actually a lot. It's this narrow strip of road. It's not as wide as it looks.
Wow.
So where all the parades are, it's actually on Canal Street because that street is a lot wider.
Wow.
So all those pictures that you see at Mardi Gras, no, that's Canal Street. That's not Bourbon Street. Yeah. So it's a big misinterpretation for the folks that didn't know.
Had to clear that up just a little bit.
But when I was there that time, I just missed the International Jazz Music Festival by 3 days.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately. But the lineup was, I saw the posters out there. The lineup was phenomenal. Just all these artists out there, all these members. And there was folks from around the world coming out actually to this.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm. No, that's
you were at the home heart of jazz.
Yeah, it was such a blessing. And honestly, if I could go back to New Orleans, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I loved it.
I'm gonna have to visit.
It's amazing. It really is. Truly have to check it out.
Heard they got some good food, good Southern food.
The best, hands
I'm
down.
hungry.
Oh,
I
it's
can't
so
wait.
good.
I'm about to
Hands down. They have
Starbucks
some,
and some soul food after.
there we go. That's ooh, talk about soul food. I had hands down best soul food I ever had was in North Carolina.
Wow.
Ooh, best soul food. I mean,
We're talking barbecue,
We're talking about I had
poke
barbecue.
steak. Oh
Collard
man.
greens. We had the baked mac and cheese. Yeah, and then there was folks that would bring out the oxtails. Oh man,
Say no more, brother.
it was so good. It was ribs, you name it. I had the blessing to try all that, and that was honestly such an opportunity, such a blessing to be able to experience that.
That sounds delicious, man.
And so I wanted to go over so we spoke about your favorite memories in the past few years, and then so what are some goals? What are some goals that you're trying to accomplish in the next month? Like you said.
So in a few months, I mentioned the CarMax. There is this little, I don't know what to call it, spark in me that wants to go back to school.
Okay.
Maybe for business, whatever, just to go back in school. I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I haven't done it just yet is just the whole transformation and location and everything, but there is, and also there's been some doubt there, like some fear, but you got to overcome fear with faith.
The day will come where you are going to be ready for that school. I mean, there's no pressure right now, but it will come and times doing it will definitely come. And so as we're getting close to actually wrapping it up for the show, because this show is today's episode for everybody, for you guys that are listening, this is different because you guys are used to me giving a commercial in the middle of the show, me giving shout outs to so and so. Well, it's different because this is more of a genuine connection with an old childhood friend that I had with you guys. So as we start wrapping it up, I wanted to ask, if there is one thing you can tell the world, what will your message be? What is your message to the world, Pastor Freeman?
That's a great question, and I'll have to say, with full enthusiasm, is Jesus is Lord, man. I feel like He's been the one throughout my life, whether people come and they go, different cities, different locations, but He's the one that's always there. And I'll just have to say, some of you may listen, you may not be Christian, you may be a part of another religion, you may be Jewish, you may be Muslim, I don't know. You may not even believe in God at all. But I can tell you, man, when you call on God, He is there. He will show up in your life.
It's the power of faith.
It's the power of faith. He will meet you where you are.
True.
One of my favorite scriptures in the Bible is that He is near a broken heart and a contrite spirit. I mean, even in your time of brokenheartedness, where you have a broken heart due to a situation, whether that be relationship, whether that be some trial or dark situation that happened in life, when you call on Him, He is near your broken heart and He wants to help you. He wants to save you. He wants to redeem you, and He will do it. I'm telling you, He will work through people. He'll work through situations. He'll work through jobs. He'll work through whatever means to make sure that you're safe. And He's all about relationship. He's all about love. All you got to do is love Him because He loves you. Once you really feel the love of God, the love of Jesus, it changes everything in your life. It's almost like you become ruined to the fact that I never want to go back. I want to pursue this love. and I wanna know Him more. So that my biggest message would just be, guys, you know, invite Jesus into your life, invite God into your life, and watch Him transform you.
I really appreciate that, and that's a beautiful message. It's a beautiful message out to the world, because you never know whoever is hearing this that is having a bad day and needed to hear this. For all the folks that are going to be hearing this on Monday, a lot of the folks are, when I release the audio releasing, I do it at midnight, only because it gives the folks that are working night shift something forward to look. I actually wake up, and it's really fascinating, all the night shift workers that actually listen to the episode, or all the folks that are on the other side of the world, because there's a big time difference.
Right.
So it's really nice to wake up and you're like, oh, you already got 6, 7, 8 followers or views, and it's not a lot of numbers, but it's a start. It's really fascinating to wake up to see that, and just to experience it. And like I said, thank you so much for coming on to today's show. And I'm looking forward to continue this Project Reach, that we reach out to other individuals that were part of the program and get their story. And whether we do individual episodes like this, where it's you and I, or you and I host and we interview another individual, we can catch up with them. Hopefully that can happen too. We can set that up. It's been a privilege. It's been an honor to have you on the show, and I truly appreciate it. And I know the crowd, I know the folks would love you, and I know they're going to love to hear you out. And it's exciting, because your voice is forever going to be in the world. So no matter what happens, Patrick, your voice is going to be there forever. So your family, your loved ones, everybody can ever replay it, and you can hear it over and over. And as the show progresses, we're gonna have video, so we'll have some video out there for the crowd to see. We're working on it, and I'm glad that I ran into you, because you work on that too. So it's like we can work and team up on that too. And if that's something you want to step up to, by all means, the more the merrier. If you want to, I don't have to, and I'm not putting pressure on you. So it's you're choosing. Whenever you are ready, we can collaborate too. That's I'm open to it too. And the goal is to get your voice, your message heard around the world. And I think we did that. I think we knocked that out today. So you know what, like I said, thank you so much for being on the show. And I know the crowd's going to be looking forward to hearing you more and more, because I see it by the views. So it shows. Wow. It shows. And like I said, thank you very much for being on the show today. And that was it, guys. That is the end for this chapter, for the first chapter of Project Reach with Patrick Freeman. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Around the Loop.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.